here's what all scientists in the world say. Nope. This jerk on some podcast, that's what you want to listen to, because they're the truth teller. They're the whistleblower. This is the rogue rebel that's going against the establishment. And that has worked so well over the past 10, 20 years. This is why a lot of attention has to be paid sociologically to how the culture war is being structured. And the main part of the culture war is a concerted effort on the part of propagandists to attack any concept of expertise, right? If we want to be able to lie about anything we want, and there are experts who know we're wrong, we have to convince the viewer that expertise doesn't matter. That if you are an expert, you're actually a pawn in the game of the man, right? And so what they've done is to very carefully weaponize certain words. So, for example, do you notice that the word consensus has a negative connotation now in the common public? If you say the word consensus, people say, oh, consensus, what is that? So the government, no, it means that the overwhelming majority of anyone who knows what the fuck they're talking about on a topic agree that such and such is true. Consensus is the gold standard. Scientific consensus means if you're saying something that contradicts that, you better be coming with a lot of evidence, because this is what we all agree is true. But since that's so painfully obvious, what propagandists have had to do is to take words like consensus and repeatedly use them in a negative connotation over and over and over and over until the viewer has been trained, like a Pavlovian response, to react negatively to scientific consensus, which is insane. But that's exactly what they want. They want you to go, here's what all scientists in the world say. Nope. This jerk on some podcast, that's what you want to listen to, because they're the truth teller. They're the whistleblower. This is the rogue rebel that's going against the establishment. And that has worked so well over the past 10, 20 years that it's just absolutely rampant. That's why these podcasts make so much money. And that's why these figures are going on all of these podcasts like Joe Rogan and the Joe Rogan copycats, because they know that they can start an entire career with one Joe Rogan experience, spew some bullshit where they say, blah, 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 the consensus is wrong. I know the truth. And millions of people will just fucking lap it up, because that's the culture war has trained a certain sector of the public to react that way. And that's, I think, the biggest problem of all of this.
Yeah. And Dave, to be honest with you, it's trickling down into the university. I've had students, so I teach 3 classes at my university. And one particular class I talk about, one of the topics is signal transformation, right? So we're having a discussion with the students about signal transformation, and I'm showing them, a particular strategy that we use to transform a signal. The student left, right, after the lecture, went YouTube something, came in the next day like, man, Doc, no, the way you taught us, it's a better way than that. I watched a YouTube video and the guy showed me this way. And so what I did was, and I told my students, I'm not opposed to, when we're solving problems, right, in class, I don't tell them like, you have to do it my way, right? It's plenty of ways to skin a cat. Sure. Okay. And so I don't pigeonhole you to what I